He was 15 years old. His opponent, a reigning champion, older, experienced, with a reputation the whole league feared. The referee gave the signal, and 9 seconds later it was over. One left hook, and the champion never even understood what happened. This isn't a movie scene. This is real footage from 1981, and it's only the beginning of the story of how one of the most dangerous men on the planet came out of nowhere. Brooklyn, the Brownsville neighborhood, late 1970s. One of the toughest areas in New York. Our hero wasn't an athlete, wasn't a prospect from some sports academy. He was a street kid who'd been arrested 38 times before he even turned 13. He fought for money. 3 or 4 fights a day starting around age 9 or 10. Not for glory, for survival. Eventually, he's sent to a reform school for troubled teens. And it's there, not in a professional ring, that the real story begins. At the school worked a counselor, a former amateur boxer, serious level, real experience. He ran a boxing program for the kids, and more for discipline than for sport. Our hero asked for a sparring session. And here's the twist you don't expect. The coach beat him easily. Experience, technique, distance control. The grown fighter completely outclassed the street kid. But there was one problem. He couldn't believe the power behind this teenager's punches. Even the few that landed staggered him. He wasn't just seeing anger, he was seeing rare, natural power combined with terrifying speed. The coach set a condition. Behave yourself, and I'll start training you. That's how it all began. Within months, he was introduced to a legendary mentor, a man who would become far more than just a coach. Practically a father figure, but the real proof of what was coming happened in the ring at the Junior Championships in 1981. He was 15. Across from him stood a titled, experienced reigning champion in his weight class. By every measure, the favorite. The bell rings. And 9 seconds later, 9. His opponent is flat on the canvas. One left hook, thrown with everything, carrying that same street-born power his coach had felt firsthand. The crowd hadn't even settled into their seats before the fight was already over. Years later, that same kid would become the youngest heavyweight champion in boxing history, at just 20 years old. And here's the real lesson in all of this. Power without technique is just chaos. But technique fused with real, hard-earned power forged on the streets, that's what creates legends. He wasn't made great by genetics. He was made by the streets and shaped by the right person showing up at the right time. What do you think if the right person hadn't shown up at that exact moment? Would he have ever become that legend? Let me know in the comments. Smash that like button if you want more stories about how legends are born, and subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown.